And we're back. Yo, I'm BP, and today makes the second installment in our new tutorial series. A few days ago, I put up a poll on Instagram and on YouTube, and I asked y'all, okay, what's the next sound you want me to cover? And the winner of that poll was the bone roll. So, if you want to have a say on the next sound I should cover, follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, and check out what I post on there. Okay, brief history lesson. The origins of the sound are rather unknown, but there have been beatboxers who have been doing this sound for a longer time. For example, Gnieben. He has been calling the sound the Gnieb roll, and he has been doing it since, I believe, 2020, 2019. Hey, Gnieben, if you're watching this video, please confirm in the comment section. But obviously, the one who popularized the sound was definitely ABX from India, with his 2021 GBB wildcard and the Beatbox International shoutout that came before that. The sound skyrocketed in popularity, and nowadays you can call it a new school staple. A lot of beatboxers are doing this sound, for example Dropical, Jula, even Inertia sometimes utilizes the sound, and of course myself. Okay, you survived the yap session, now how do we do this sound? First and foremost, you need to know how to do a Slizzer Roll on the sides. Not in the middle, not a click roll, a Slizzer Roll on the side. If you know how to do a Slizzer Roll on the side, you can skip ahead to the part where I explain the bone roll itself. If you can't do a Slizzer Roll, lucky you, I'm gonna explain it right away. So, to do the Slizzer Roll, you have to start off with a sucker punch. If you don't know how to do a sucker punch, say the word hut. 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 And then say it inwards. Hut. 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 And after that, you remove the vocals. Hut. 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 So from there, you take the sucker punch and you hold the suction. So you hold this. Your neck muscles have to tense up. Okay, fine. We're holding it now. What you have to do next is loosen up one side. Keep the suction on the other one while the other side gets loose. Or what that achieves is your tongue starts to curl up a little bit and you get into the right position to hit the Slizzer Roll. Now, the last step to achieve the Slizzer Roll is breathe in deeply, like this. Now, we apply the breathing in on the Slizzer Roll position and we get or at first it will not sound like this. At first it will sound something like maybe we will get something like that, but that's fine. Just keep working on it, and slowly but surely you will go from or to or. Okay, now we have this Slizzer Roll. How do we go from to easy? It's all about the mouth position. Now, if you have watched my tutorial before this one, you have an advantage, because we need the mouth position from the Buki Blanco scratch. Basically, we start with an O position. And from that point on, we move it to one of the sides of our mouth. So, or either side, you can choose the one that you're more comfortable with. And from that point on, you do the Slizzer Roll. Now, very important, you have to move your mouth to the opposite side where your Slizzer Roll is. So, if you do your Slizzer Roll on the left side, move your mouth to the right side. Or if you do your Slizzer Roll on the right side, move your mouth to the left side. Now, what's the purpose of this mouth position, you ask? Easy. The cheek starts to vibrate with the Slizzer Roll, creating the bone effect. So, you start off by the Slizzer Roll. You choose one of the sides that lays opposite of the Slizzer Roll. So for me it's Slizzer Roll left and mouth position right. And then you move it there. Or and actually you can really see my cheek vibrating. And also what's important to know is the more extreme you stretch your mouth, the more space your cheek gets to vibrate with the Slizzer Roll. So you can definitely have a less stretched mouth position like, but the more you stretch your mouth, the better it will sound. In comparison to, for example, okay, now some bonus techniques that you can do with your bone roll. One of the most popular things you can do with it is singling out the clicks. So instead of going, you can go. Now, how do we achieve this? What you have to do is you take your Slizzer Roll and you have to move your tongue without the help of air. So basically, for example, when you do a click or a dry kick, or you have a movement of the tongue without using any air. And now we apply the same concept on your Slizzer Roll. So not, but you try to move it without any air inwards. So this is how it will sound. It doesn't sound pretty, but this is the same movement you need for the bone roll. So, and now apply it on the bone roll position and you will get. Now, this is a very hard technique and it will take a lot of time to master. For example, when I try it on the other side, it's a lot harder for me to actually maintain the singular clicks. Yeah, you see, it sounds unclean and unpleasant. Now, you can also vocalize your bone roll. This is something that ABX does, for example. You achieve the sound by adding a inward vocal on top of the bone roll. So, on top of, and you will get. And you can obviously pitch it up and down, so. And talking about pitching, you can also pitch the bone roll by itself by just opening and closing your mouth. So. And this applies also on the click, so. And last but not least, you can make patterns with your bone roll. So what I do, for example, this is a BP original. You take a bone roll, so, and then you add a double K and a F hi-hat. So. But there are a lot of other techniques you can do with the bone roll, so at this point you can just go and try to figure out something by yourself. And this is it. I hope this was helpful to you. As you can see, I do a lot with the bone roll, so this is a sound that I also like to do a lot. And yeah, leave a comment, leave a like, tell me what sound I should do next, and we see each other next time. Have a nice one. Goodbye.